this is Claire. I'm excited to have you here. So I have to say I've been going to the store so many times that I pick up vases that I never really use. So today I'll just be sharing with you how I was able to modify these vases, just give them a different look. I'll be giving them out to a few friends of mine. And this video is just about that. I basically used a few things, just the paint and the baking soda, so it's really easy to do this and I just had fun. So just keep around and don't forget to subscribe to my channel as well. So let's get to it. These are the vases that I already had around the house and I'll just be using them for different designs and colors, and I just be having fun with them. So join me, guys. I remember picking this vase from a thrift store and I think it was $3. So that's what I'm going to use for the first project, and I'm basically going to be using hot glue for this and just be drawing diagonal lines. This is going to be really random. It's not perfect, but I just want to see how it can really come out with this design that I have in mind. Definitely no one called me to be perfect. These lines are not so perfect, but I was able to go through with them and also chose to make other diagonals crossing these ones just to make diamond shapes. This is how they look like, guys. I just removed all the extra lines that were crossing over because I'm going to paint this using this chalk paint, and it's white. So I took it outside, don't mind the surrounding, so I just spray painted it. Well, the paint really brought out the imperfections in these lines, but that's fine because imperfection can also be art. So that's it. This is how the vase looks like. I just added some flowers and the chalk finish is really good. These are definitely the Dollar Tree vases. So I first spray painted them with the white chalk paint, and then I'll put on the textured paint because I really wanted to find out how it works. And it's really, really nice. It gives it a stone-like texture. I really, really love the texture of the vases, and I have to say the best quote that you put really matters the outcome, but it's really easy to spray around. And for some reason, I've been hoodering all this paint. I'm just going to be mixing a few colors and see what to come out with. So right now, I chose the black matte, and then I'm adding this baking soda. Soda will help me to just give it some texture. And this is the vase I'm using. I also picked it from a thrift store at $2, guys. Okay, so it's better to use this paint brush rather than the foam brushes because this will really give you nice lines. After this, I took it outside to dry. Then I added a second layer. So after drying, I noticed where the baking soda found its way out. So you can see it's really whitish. Now I'm going to just paint it again using just the black without any soda. If you don't want that much texture, just use a little baking soda, that's it. After the layer, it dried really well and it was looking gorgeous. This is it. For this vase, I picked it from Michael some time back and I did a project with it, but it didn't survive my kids. So I'm going to use it again for something else right now. I'm going to just paint it. Before I painted it inside white, so it really has a glassy look outside, but I want to play around with it. So I mixed the white color with the cream color, and I'll add baking soda as well. For this case, I'm using the sponge brush and I'm basically using horizontal lines as well. Wait, is someone behind my camera? Yeah. A little me is right there playing. So after this layer, I took it outside to dry as well, and then I'll be coating it again with a second layer. I have to say I really enjoyed painting. I didn't know I would really enjoy it this much. So as you can see, the final finish was just me tapping the brush around to give it a really different texture. This is probably my favorite because of the different shape it has. It's unique, and then it also has a beautiful texture. This is a Dollar Tree vase that I tried to paint inside brown and it really failed. So I picked this paint that I already had, and I want to see how it looks like on a surface because I had never used it before. This paint is amazing, guys. It really gave me a nice finish. Literally the vase was just smiling at me, and it was really easy to spray this, so I'm really happy about it. So I also picked some plastic vases from the Dollar Tree, and now I'm just going to cover it in glue. This is hot glue, so I'm just, zigzagging around with the glue and playing around. I just want to create a different surface and see how this would work out. Here I'll be using two vases. This first one is just going to be glued up to halfway, then the other will be glued all the way to the top. I have to say this was really fun to make because you're just moving your glue gun around to create this texture, and it dries really fast. So I'm going to spray paint them using this chalky finish. I'm spraying all these vases in the same station, so bear with me, but they really came out so well. If you look at the texture, it just gave really an interesting look to the vases. Just look at this. This is just glue and the paint, guys. So just try it out, it's really fun. And now I'm going to be playing with this paint as well. I picked them, I think, from the Dollar Tree or Walmart, I don't know. So it's the brown and then also the gold. The gold had some shiny element to it, that's why I loved it. And then I just used the sponge brush, but I didn't like the fact that it was too thin. So I decided to just add some baking soda, and I just painted using the sponge brush. After layer 1, I took it outside and dried, then came back for layer 2. But if you're using a sponge brush, just be careful because it tends to peel off the paint. So you just really have to be smooth at it as you're painting. After drying, as you can see, the baking soda has a way of just finding its way out of this paint, and it shows itself. So I had to also line it with just a plain brown color without the soda. And that's it for this vase. Once it dried, it was really perfect. It had just that little texture, and it just gave it really a nice adorable look. Another vase, guys. This one I'm going to try and layer it. So I have different textures for the upper part and the lower part. So I just used tape and drew out the demarcations that I wanted. Then I took it outside to spray paint. So meanwhile, I'll start with this paint, and then I'll do that textured one on the lower part. I think I was supposed to first spray paint before I put the tape, but I did it the other way around just to see how it would come out. And I told you it was not good. So the lower part was okayish, but then the upper part, they just didn't blend so well. The colors were not so blending for me. Then I decided to paint the entire vase with the matte sand, but it still didn't look so nice. Guess what? I just decided to just paint the entire thing textured. So I went back to the textured one, and it came out okay. I already had this vase. I designed it in this way, but I wanted to have a different look, so I just took it outside and spray painted it with a chalky finish. This paint is wow. Like, I just love the new look of this vase. It just looks so classy and different. And guess what? I decided to add a little black. I think I had an idea in my mind, but I either had the wrong brush or it was just the wrong idea. It just didn't come out. It was just making this vase terrible. And I reset back to factory settings. So I painted it again and just left it the way it is. I think it's amazing. You can pick these gems cheaply from Walmart. I also painted this other Dollar Tree vase with the same finish. Amazing. And now I'll be making my final try. Here I'll just mix the brown and with the neon. I love the neon because it just glows, and I just was curious what color that would bring. And yeah, I had this vase, I don't know where I got it, but this was probably a different color than I thought, but it was still amazing. I just loved it. It had a neat finish. I didn't put any baking soda, and yeah. Meanwhile, at the Dollar Tree, I also picked these boards. These will help me to just raise the vases or decorate them in a different way. So I just covered them with the marble contact paper. This is really cheap at Walmart. And then I was able to display them nicely. And yeah, this is how these vases look like. I'm so excited about them. And I'm definitely going to be gifting this because, well, I can't have all these vases in my home, but I'm so happy I tried them because they were just around. I was just hooding them around, and I'm happy they look much better now, so I can gift them. And I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. So that's it. This was really easy, fun to make, and of course the material is really easy to get. So I have to say, if you're in the US, I want to give you some of these vases. So here's the thing, just leave a comment here on YouTube, and then also find me on Instagram at Creativity, and leave a comment there, and also DM me. I'll be able to get to you. I'll be giving the first 3 people in my DM about the vases. So these are the 3 that I want to give out. I'll be giving out this couple here. You can take them separate, or you can just couple them up. I'll be sending this. And then also this, I'll be giving it out. It's a little bit more cost. And then I'll also be giving out this. So don't forget to leave me a comment, to subscribe to my channel, and also turn the notification bell and share this video as well. Thank you guys, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.